to our casters to bring you to Game 2.
Game number 2 between DFYG and RQ. It's elimination for DFYG if they do lose this. And off cam, me and Naisu, we're talking about how the break glass in case of emergency hero for long is the Moskov. However, Naisu, I feel like this is such a good game in a way that we are going to see utility jungler versus utility jungler with their traditional marksman late game, which is going to be so good to watch.
Yeah, this is pretty much standard, I feel like, standard compositions that we're seeing here, maybe aside from like the Akai to an extent. But Akai has popped up more and more lately. I feel like this is going to be more of a step up that we need to see from DFYG, especially for Vel. Vel just got completely shut down in game 1 early on. Too many deaths in the early game, so obviously wants to give it a go again here. Not only that, but on the flip side for RRQ Hoshi, this is that lineup, or this is that combination of heroes that works so well, man. And I'm talking about the Kimmy, the Fredrin, and then you have on the Kalea. Kalea still is like what probably the best setting hero to individually take down one member, right? I mean, the only other hero that I can really think of is maybe if you're really, really good on that Cho, or maybe a Kaja, which we've seen pop up in games of the future as well, right? But there's nothing like the Kalea because you provide so much sustainability to your team. You can fake people out if you want to and not fully commit to that title strike or that tsunami slam if you want to. And so it's such a strong hero. I mean, we all remember when she first came out and was introduced into the game. Everybody was picking her for a good reason. But even with the changes that she's faced, she's still so strong at level 4 and helps the team with that sustainability. Look at this, the double jump for that title strike. They're going to be able to whittle them down a little bit. And now that they fight for this turtle, they should have control of it. Super Ken, the advantage is he is an Akai. They're going to go heal over here. Edok could be in trouble. Edok actually dies. First blood for Vel. Heavy spin armor going to be used. Susujin gets the turtle, tries to get on out, but now Super Ken won't be able to get that energy eruption off from Susujin. But hey, they're happy to trade. Kill for an objective.
As long as there is a trade, you can say that DFYG is going to be happy. Susujin, though, wants to seal the purple, not be successful in doing so, as E1 threatens for some damage. Kind of bold for Susujin to walk in front of DFYG with just half HP up top. They want to kill this Esmeralda. Not sure if this is even possible with the Lapu-Lapu supplying a lot of shields. Whereas in the mid lane, they will not be able to get a kill. Fortunately for Zed, he didn't have to pop the ultimate, the AOG, to get out there. An early rotation from Toy, the gold lane from RRQ Hoshi.
Okay, now they're going to go for Long. Long's still going to be fine. Has a pure fine, too. This is one of the things, though, for Long on this Moskov, there's a time when, again, it was just about all he was picking and playing was the Moskov. He's done amazing things in certain matches with the Moskov alone. But also, regardless, that hero allows you to kind of play more towards the map if you want to. If DFYG ends up being kind of behind later on, which thankfully they're not right now for them, then they can go ahead and allow the Moskov to push those off lanes while the objectives are, usually the focus. And then all you have to do is follow through that SOD. But with that being the case, we've seen that Spear of Destruction actually be a Spear of Death for a lot of Moskov players so far in the current meta. But even here for the games of the future, man, it's been really tough for them to actually make it work. And of course, positioning more than ever. And that's also just partially because we've seen so many compositions that are heavy on the crowd control. And that is, a constant here so far in our current meta.
That's right. DFYG are going to be poised to, again, contest for this next turtle. You always have to look for the heavy spin. If it's way too early, then it's going to be bad.
Good taunt there, unbreakable. Edok's still going to live, though. So turtle up. Revitalize is going to be expended as well from Zed to top everybody up. RWM dropped down too. They're going to go for it. Turtle's still being worked on. Manchester going to miss. There's SOD. They're going to zone out Susujin. So Super Ken actually gets the turtle. But with Vel gone, they're still going RRQ Hoshi. I don't know if they want to follow this up. Too many low HP bars here. So once again, it's a trade. Trade for, they get the objective for Super Ken. But yeah, they get a kill over here. Oh no, Toy. Okay, Toy's fine.
Toy's fine for now. No, I think the XP is the same between our gold laners, which kind of means that it's pretty good for the Moskov. Every time that he is not trailing behind the first 5 minutes of the game, that generally means that you have a good game for your Moskov. Whereas for Super Ken, the fact that he's able to get that retribution up, it's gonna be good. Now they wanna try to make a play in the mid lane. Looks like they will kill Rinse, and that's a kill onto the Akai. It's gonna be good for DFYG, now leading by almost 1,000 gold over RRQ Hoshi.
We're gonna try to do the same thing along, but then it gets spotted out by Zed. Not happening today. Super Ken going for the lockdown into the AOG, but a great usage of the Tsunami Slam to avoid the Avatar the Guardian. That's a big brain play right there. Good play to stay alive.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
CC immune while you are casting the slam. One of you are actually like bringing someone up. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. We're coming up from Edok. Almost threatening a kill of the Super Ken.
They're going to make a play here down bot. If they just get a turret, maybe they get a kill. There it is. Zed going to be a treble Landshaker, comes down as well. And even if he tries, he can't escape the shredding from Toy's carry. They might trade this, though. Good push for Vel up top. But RRQ Hoshi, they're starting to go ahead and gather to make these plays now that a power spike is starting to be hit here.
DFYG will scratch their heads. They have committed 2 ultimates just to try to take out a roamer, and Edok only had to do all that he had to do was to just pop the ultimate. So that's 2 ultimates for the price of 1, and he survived afterwards. So, however, it's not gonna be punished. DFYG will be trying to go for this turtle. Does have the ultimate, the heavy spin still available for Super Ken as well as the AOG.
See if they get it. Last turtle of the game, 1 for 1 on each side, but there's a Tsunami Slammer once again to bring them down, but an AOG. Now Zed on the run. U1 already gone. Super Ken making some havoc here, some chaos with a heavy spin, but Zed's going to get zoned in, zoned out, and taken out. Taking a little bit longer, but finally going down. Turtle for 2 basically is the trade here. Sutsujin, though, quite low. Relying on the team, trying to be a little bit of a bait. That energy eruption won't land. Oh, Dyron jumps in. Not sure if they still want to commit to this. They do want to just fight under the tier 1 turret, throw everything at them. They'll take the turret, they'll take the kills, they'll get everything they wanted for RRQ Hoshi.
Wow. What a great takedown from RRQ Hoshi. Not only did they take down 2 of the important members of DFYG, that's Akai as well as the Esmeralda down for the count. They also have taken out the mid lane turret, which will then give them so much of an advantage when it comes to real estate. Control of the jungle is pretty great. You can see through the replay how they did it. Dyron was sort of a bait in here, and Super Ken can't do anything because he doesn't have the heavy spin in that scenario. You think about it, in hindsight, DFYG should have just given up the mid lane turret after that, but they didn't. So not only did they lose their turret, but they also gave 2 free kills for RRQ Hoshi. And you know what that translates to? That's 1,700 gold in favor of RRQ Hoshi at this point.
Some good gold, but this play up here, Toy's going to be in trouble. Great play from Long. This is what we've seen so many times.
Okay.
Long gets a double kill again. Break the glass in case of emergency, and that's the Moskov there sitting in that case. Long getting a double is great for DFYG here. Now they're going to put the pressure on this side of the jungle of RRQ Hoshi. They might go for more. Sutsujin pushed off his orange buff. He will go ahead and secure it with the Appraiser's Wrath here. And so it's good. DFYG doesn't want to go down swinging, doesn't want to go out to a sweep. They show some fight here.
Yeah, just one double kill. One good play coming up from Long. The 1.7k gold is now down to just 500, which generally means that it's almost equalized. Long is level 11 right now, which also tells us that he has got a lot of farm in his hands.
Oh, he's got to be careful here. He already uses it. He still has the Purify. He's trying to get away. He has space to work with in this RWM. Wow, RRQ Hoshi getting caught into the real-world manipulation will make them disengaged. They're just going to go ahead and start this Lord here. They should be able to tank this up and basically revitalize themselves through the Surge of Life here with Edo. Half health on the Lord. They're going to heal this up. Super Ken looking for his own angle to go in. There's a Tsunami Slam to get the space they needed. Great play there from Edo to take the jungler down. away from the Lord. Even though Super Ken's still alive, they will take Edok out, but RRQ Hoshi wanted the Lord and they got it.
Wow, great plays coming up from Edok. If you're DFYG, you're so annoyed of this Kalia. The exchange might be a push in the mid lane, but RRQ Hoshi have found a great opening once again.
Oh no, Dyron's jumping into the back like a bravest fighter, and he'll find Yi1. A great play after that RWM was set up. The Lord is still there, but locked down. Sutsujin stuck between a panda and a wall. A spirit thrown out, but that might be it. So maybe that's all they get off this Lord push. RQ Hoshi, not much value out of the Lord.
Yeah. Look at this item coming off of Super Ken. This is going to be great later on. Eventually, the cooldowns of the heavy spin will be a problem, but with just the 2 items for Super Ken, it's just the blade armor as well as the winter crown, might be enough for them to prolong this game. RQ Hoshi, they have tried to go for an extra play after that Lord fight, which I felt like is not warranted anymore. They could have just waited for the Lord and just have pushed. Dyron smelled blood. He thought that he had a great positioning because he was actually able to take out E1. But at the expense of the Lord not being utilized by RQ Hoshi, what that generally means, Naisu, is that their timer is just gonna get faster and faster. Meaning to say, DFYG and their ultimates, their power spike will just be speeding up because Long got 2 assists right now, 2 kills and 2 assists, and he's gonna be hitting so hard.
He throws the spear there. Let's see if he actually has the space to work. He's getting stuck on though. I'm not sure if Lung's gonna be able to get away. He doesn't use the Purify either. He gets stunned and killed, and now Lung is gone. DFYG has to disengage. No one from RQ Hoshi goes down. Hey, Spear of Death is what I mentioned before, right, Wolf?
Yeah. I am in disbelief right now. The Purify was available. He could have gotten away. Now RQ Hoshi, the pendulum swings in their favor now. The back and forth between DFYG and RQ Hoshi will be decided on who makes fewer mistakes over the other. So far, RQ Hoshi, they're the ones gaining the momentum because they're the ones forcing the errors of DFYG. I am really just wondering why Long did not press that Purify.
Yeah, maybe he was so worried with trying to get that space between everybody chasing after him, but that Purify definitely would have helped, so I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. Hopefully he can reset and get prepped for this next fight. Again, Lord's coming up here, a couple seconds. They'll get in position in DFYG. I'm not sure what the plan here is. It looks like they just want to go for the fight. Even in this case, Lone could technically be on one of these side lanes to push things out or clear some of the waves and then just join this later on, but it looks like they'll just delay that Lord. But they do lose. Oh, they almost lost that 2-2 turret mid lane just to the minion push.
Super Ken in the heavy spin, that's what you have to look for now, as well as the jump from Dyron. If he gets an opening to jump long, that would be great.
Let's see what they do here. Super Ken knows that he doesn't have to totally press this forward just yet. Traction pulse thrown out. Whoa, a ton of damage on Zed. Revitalize going to be used. Long does get a kill though, and he's got the space to work with. He has to be careful though, still holding on to the Purify. Vel already used his. They might go for the reset with Sutsujin down. There's not much RQ can do, but they are going to go for the play anyway. A Spear of Destruction is actually the one to kill Edok. And so DFYG with that fight and taking out RQ Hoshi's jungler might just get themselves the Lord here. There's not much RQ can do unless they're going to go for a kill on Vel. Oh, Super Ken, so close.
Oh, winter crown.
Traction pulse though, right on top. Will take him out.
They got baited, Vel. I think Vel running away is already guaranteed during that moment, but yeah, DFYG miscalculated a little bit. But apart from that play, everything was just great from DFYG. They punished the jump coming out from Sutsujin. They have eliminated the jungler for RQ Hoshi at the start of the fight. That meant that they were able to get the Lord so easily. I'm sure that they could have gotten out scot-free. Super Ken would have survived if they did not overextend their welcome over RQ Hoshi, but it's what it is. They still have the Lord anyways. DFYG They also have the power spike right now with the Moskov hitting so hard, almost full item now for Long.
Long's feeling pretty good, man. Throwing out these spears when he sees fit. This Lord will slowly make its way here to that base turret of RRQ Hoshi. They're going to clear it out, though. RWM drop down 2 to let that charge get in. No turret's going to fall just yet, though. So DFYG slowly but surely getting control on this side of the map of RRQ Hoshi. And that's all they can hope for. That's all they can do. Play it for Long. Now, same thing. If Long, for some reason, makes an error, gets caught, doesn't use Purify, doesn't get the space he needs, they lose such a big component of their damage for DFYG to make this work, but they will get all the tier 2 turrets down to go ahead and clear out this side of the map from RRQ Hoshi. They still hold on to the base turrets. Not sure if they actually want to go for a play. Edo jumping in, has to flicker defensively, but they take out Super Kin. But a huge AOG, a tsunami slam, but Long once again has all the space in the world to work. And Dyron's gonna jump in, but there's just not enough follow-up as Long has all the space to work with. And they'll still go, they get the flicker out of Rins. It's Rins and Sutsujin. They're gonna lose this base turret. No, it doesn't go down. There's no waves, but they will potentially lose this buff. I don't know if Sutsujin can get there in time. Long is just unstoppable right now.
Even just walking in front of Long, in front of that orange buff, I mean, Sutsujin have lost about quarter of his HP just from the passives coming out from Long, and right now it's definitely a problem for RRQ Hoshi. This Moskov has reached critical mass. Might just sell the boots. There you go, just on cue. And
just on cue.
We'll actually get the halberd now, and at this point it's gonna be hitting like a truck. And if you compare that to this carry, of course the carry can still take down the members of the FYG. If he's able to lock down one member of the FYG, maybe Kai, maybe this Esmeralda, it's gonna be good. I think the most ideal kill here for Toy is this Akai because of the Chastise Pauldron available for Vel. I'm sure that you look at this as an even game, but I think the FYG has a little bit of an advantage over RRQ Hoshi when it comes to scaling.
See if they do. They do take this Lord now to half health. It's going to go for a reset. Vel picking up a winner crown, though. The idea here, the play might just be to buy a little more time if they do initiate, so it's not all on Zed. Because RRQ Hoshi could potentially try the same thing, right? Just Tsunami Slam Super Ken away from the Lord if they choose to fight it. But now, like you said, a big problem is this critical mass Moskov from Lung. He's got the Purified back up after earlier. Vel so low. Not going to use the Winter Crown just yet, but will go ahead and Falling Star Moon out. So that is not available for this fight. Something they can work with. They're going to jump in. Edok with a Tsunami Slam. They're going to go for a Super Ken. And they battle it out in the RWM. And Dyron has to flicker defensively. But Vel, once again, will take some damage. A big AOG, though. And Zed up the front of it all. They do pop the Immortality. Appraiser's rapidly away. And Sutsujin will fall in DFYG once again. Long untouched. Will take down 2 of RRQ Hoshi.
2 kills for the man of the hour. That's Long. But the counter initiation coming from DFYG is so good. They didn't even have to pop their Purifies on both Vel as well as Long. And the fact that they have taken out Rins, that was actually the great way for them to get into that fight. The ultimate from U1 was also so important for DFYG as it actually prompted RRQ Hoshi to use their spells. Winter Crown sacrifice the zone on the members of RRQ Hoshi. No steal whatsoever from RRQ Hoshi.
Real world manipulation dropped down just to go ahead and let Vel get out of there. They can be pretty, they can use these ultimates as much as they want when they see fit, just because, I mean, you got to think how many times has Yi1 been so big on the value of his real world manipulations, whether that's defensively or aggressively, and especially around the objective fights. And now that this evolved Lord is making its way up top, this is going to be pretty tough for RRQ Hoshi. They need some type of way to deal with Lung, and it feels like it's a lot of the time it's been Edok, right? And he has not been able to get that target. Obviously, there's a Purify over there. There's 2 that you kind of have to consider, and that always is the case when there's a Kalea across from you. And so they're going to have to choose the targets carefully here and allow Toy to get that carry damage off. Even with a Malefic Gun, it just seems like, you don't have that much space or range to work with. A charge up from that Lord will take out the base turret up top. Mid's going to fall here as well, and DFYG sees this game in sight. Super Ken popping the heavy spin. Sutsujin cut off from the team. Winter Crown going to be used as well. So Super Ken still alive, and Lung takes into the fight with SOD. A land shaker is not going to land, and Lung still has the space. But Rinz, Rinz is so close. But unfortunately, Lung comes in on top again. With 3 down of RRQ Hoshi, Lung buys the immortality, and he'll just lock onto the base to end the game here and take it to a game 3. He takes one more hit, and we've got a game 3 on our hand.
Great.
You can see the smile on his face.
In case